The scent of boiling ogbono soup filled the small kitchen. Belema stirred quietly, her mind far from the pot in front of her. Her phone buzzed on the table beside her, a message from Tega. Sorted fuel for Saturday. Farmers confirmed. You ready? She smiled faintly. Her first mini-pilot delivery was just days away. She had convinced Uncle Ijiro to send a few baskets of fresh vegetables to Port Harcourt. With Tega's help, she planned to distribute them to 3 neighborhood vendors, including Mama.
The plan was tight. Her savings were nearly gone, but the excitement pulsed beneath her ribs like a steady drumbeat. Then Mama walked in.
You're always on your phone. Have you finally gotten a job? Belema paused, turning down the flame. Not exactly. But I'm starting something, Mama, a small food supply project from Uncle Ijiro's farm. Mama's face twisted slightly. Project? What kind of project? You want to carry farm produce up and down like a hawker after 4 years in university?
It's not like that.
You think I suffered for you to go and be carrying basket on your head in this Port Harcourt? Mama snapped. Belema blinked. Mama, I'm not carrying anything on my head. It's a business idea. It's smart. It's clean. It's not a job. Belema, Mama cut in, voice rising. Your mates are working in offices, marrying, moving forward. You're here playing market woman. What will people say? Belema stood silent, her hands trembled slightly. For a moment, the walls of the kitchen felt smaller. She wanted to shout that this was bigger than a market woman hustle. That she was solving a real problem, that she was trying. That she was building something of her own. But instead, she only said, people will talk either way, Mama. Mama looked at her long and hard. Then she turned, shaking her head, do what you like. But when it fails, don't say I didn't warn you. That night, Belema lay awake on her bed, eyes fixed on the ceiling. The silence around her was loud. Her phone buzzed again. Tega, we move. Yes, we move.
She typed slowly.
She wasn't sure if she was ready, but she was sure that staying still would crush her more than any failure ever could. Because sometimes chasing your dream meant doing it with shaky hands and a breaking heart. This was her life, and she had to live it her way. The morning smelled of rain. Thin mist clung to the roofs as Belema and Tega balanced 3 baskets of fresh vegetables on the back of his motorbike. The produce had arrived at dawn from Uncle Ijiro's farm in Delta, tomatoes, peppers, yams, and greens still wet with dew. You sure this bike can handle all this? Belema asked, clutching the largest basket. Tega grinned. Relax, CEO. If the bike no fool for all the nonsense I carry every week, it won't fool for vegetables. They set off slowly, weaving through Port Harcourt's waking streets. Every honk, every vendor's call, every pothole reminded Belema of what was at stake. Their first stop was Mama's shop. Belema's heart pounded as she stepped inside, greeted by her mother's cool stare. These are from Uncle Ijiro, Belema said softly, fresh, cheaper than market price. Mama didn't reply, but she inspected the vegetables closely. Then, without a word, she began arranging them on the front shelf. It wasn't approval, but it wasn't rejection either. The next deliveries went more smoothly. To neighbor shop owners paid in cash on the spot. Belema scribbled amounts into her small notebook, trying not to smile too widely. By midday, every basket was empty. Back at the shop, Tega leaned against the counter, sipping a soft drink. First day, all sold out. That's called a win, Belema. She allowed herself a small smile, a small win. Tega raised an eyebrow. Every big win starts small, remember that. As she counted her modest profit, Belema felt something she hadn't felt in a long time, momentum. It wasn't much money, but it was proof that her idea could live outside her notebook. That night, lying on her bed, she didn't just dream. She planned bigger baskets, more vendors, maybe even a small storage shed. She didn't know what the next day would bring, but she knew one thing for certain. She had taken her first real step, and she wasn't turning back.